Let's see here. All right. Hello, YouTube Nation. Welcome for something a little different we're going to try today. We're going to try, I got a little cup of coffee. Good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good morning on this Friday. Now, because I'm a school teacher, I'm doing this on Friday this week because A, I'm getting ready to go out of town. I'm going to a Dave Matthews concert, which I'll show some clips on here. But I'm also, let me put that right there. Yeah. I'm also going to have to work on Fridays. So Saturday, I'm going to come in and do this. So cheers. Happy Friday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get like a vintage toy. And we're going to have, it's kind of like a coffee and a toy. Today's toy I thought I would do is Cops and Crooks, Dr.Badvibes. So today we're going to talk about Dr.Badvibes a little bit before I have to head out this morning. I would normally upload a video today, but I thought this would be a fun little thing to do. Dr.Badvibe. Hey, Buggy, how are you? Dr.Badvibes, one of the coolest characters I have ever come across with 90s, 80s, any kind of cartoon. So let's talk about my experience with Dr.Badvibes, okay? First off, a little history, because I didn't know this until I Googled this morning. Dr.Badvibes' real name is Dr. Percival Cranial, also known as Percy. Who knew? Brilliant, and also maybe until about when I first got it as an adult, so maybe 10 years ago, didn't realize this wasn't a girl. Even in the cartoon, I thought Dr.Badvibes was a girl. Don't know why. I don't know if it was the voice acting. Don't know what it was. But I did think that Dr.Badvibes was a girl. Okay? But lo and behold, it is a he. And he is a very smart and brained. Look at that brain. I always thought that was cool. Brainiac, kind of the inventor of the bad guys. Now, the cool thing is that he came with a robot. Buzzbomb. Here's Buzzbomb. Let's talk about Buzzbomb for a minute. This is the main partner in crime for Dr.Badvibes. Has a buzzsaw in one hand and a big old pew-pew in the other hand. One thing I would really like to do with this toy and this figure pairing, actually, is to try to build myself up to paint this and to show what it could look like actually with some detail instead of just plastic gray gunmetal fodder. Now, it does have a roller here. It does roll, which is kind of cool. Because there are some really cool details. If you kind of look, there's the hoses and the gadgets and the gadgets. The arms have some stuff going on. It's even got kind of cool, like just buttons, and it's very robot-y, and it's very cool. Very cool looking robot, but it lacks because it's plain. It's just, meh. Just look at it. Now, one of the neat things about this toy is it also has the see-through brain, as mentioned. That's the one thing that I'm going to have to kind of get up in there, and I'm going to have to figure out how to remove the dome without breaking the toy. So if you happen to have any hints, tricks, trades, or customizations that I'm not aware of, because I'm getting ready to go into this brand new, and this is going to be the first figure that I actually try to custom. Buzzbomb first, then I'm going to go in for Dr.Badvibes, because we'll talk about Dr.Badvibes here in a second. But I do think this toy could go from being a pretty cool toy to being a very neat and awesome looking toy with just a little bit of paint and a little bit of patience and So I am going to try to paint Buzz Bomb, and let me see if I can't show it to you here, because that's what Buzz Bomb looks like. Get a little kind of white, gray, got some stuff. And I guess maybe I wouldn't have to get into the brain, because in the cartoon it's kind of gray. So maybe I won't have to get into that. So I'll have to do some more research to kind of get that. So I am looking forward to try to customize this figure to make it look a little bit better than what it is. All right. Dr. Bad Vibes, not a lot of episodes of Cops and Crooks, but Dr. Bad Vibes is in almost every single one of them in the world of Cops and Crooks. He also, Dr. Bad Vibes also has several different other kind of partners in crime. Got Waldo, who is a small robot and disguised himself as Bulletproof once. Shifty, which was the shape-shifting robot. And then there was a character called Nightmare, but I cannot, and I've even tried to Google it. It's not me trying to pull it from here. I can't even remember what that one was, but it popped up. So Shifty, I remember. Waldo, I remember. Buzz Bomb, of course, I remember. Waldo and Buzz Bomb kind of went hand in hand, to where if they had to do a redo of Dr. Bad Vibes, they would absolutely have to make Waldo with it. It would just be an accessory that would have to be there. All right, so now, Dr. Bad Vibes. The one thing you can notice about Dr. Bad Vibes from concept of action figure to the character is, one, not white, yellow. So again, let's see if I can whip this around for you all to see. Can you see that? Oh yeah. Dr. Bad Vibes kind of got a yellowish, creamy mustard tint. I do think that maybe with a wash of some sort, like a paint wash, that would tone that down and make it look better. Also with the hair, she is kind of a reddish burgundy kind of a hair. That one's just flat out orange. I don't dislike the orange, but maybe if I could give it a little bit of a darkening with this, that would be great. The hands are, in my opinion, more pink than they are purple. But I do like, purple was kind of the bad guy color back in this time. But I do like the color. I just don't like that it's so white. Any bad guys, but it is he is a scientist, so it's kind of lab coat-ish, and all that. But I would really like to have a cartoon accurate one, so I'm going to shoot for maybe trying to knock it down. And again, I will show these out in the world, no problem. Let's talk about articulation for these Cops and Crooks. They're just big G.I. Joe figures. G.I. Joe figures, I've got one right here. I got a little Cobra Commander. It's the retro one, but they're 3 3/4. So if you kind of put them back to back, they're about half scale. So this one's about 3 inches. That one's about 5 to 6 inches. And very good playability with these, as they had the bend, the twirl, the head. It's just a big G.I. Joe figure. You get the articulation. But very playable for these. And also, one of the neat things about it, and I don't have any, is, and something you don't see, is cap guns. So cap guns, or you would put, they had a little red roll of, it was, I don't know what it was. It was some sparky stuff. But you would load it right into that, as you can kind of see through it. And once it got in there, you could pull the hammer and, nope, it's got to be a button or something. No, it's just, and that would, and you kind of pull it, and it pop, 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 pop. Sounded like a real gun going off, but it was a cap gun made for kids. And it had a smell. If anybody had Thunder Punch He-Man, he had a backpack. It would they had circles, and the little hammer would, when he popped like that. It's the smell. And once you smell it, it is a smell you will never forget, and a smell that will go on from your childhood, from your adulthood, forever about what you're doing. So that's kind of the neat thing about Dr. Bad Vibes' robot, his gun, and everything else that came with cops. They all had that. Dr. Bad Vibes for me as a kid. Let's talk about when I was a kid. I had a lot of the... Matter of fact, I probably had the majority of the main characters. A lot of the secondary characters I did not grow up with. Playing with these guys was real fun. And I was kind of a mixer. I would mix toy lines together. There would be times to where my GoBots would find their way into the Transformer world. There would be times to when He-Man would become WWE wrestlers, and I would wrestle with them in my ring, and so on and so forth. These guys pretty much just stayed in their own little world. As you saw in a previous video, I bought a collection of these and just kind of getting familiar with them again and going, these are awesome. And you want to talk about something that's hard to find. So I've been doing this $100 challenge. It's something new. I think I've got episode 2. It's right here on this computer that I'm looking at. I'm trying to go out, and I'm trying to get out and to see things, and to see it's an excuse to travel, to see stuff, support small businesses, not just do it on eBay and stuff like that. So to do the $100 challenge is fun, but when you're looking for stuff that's like this, or that's not new, A, it's hard to find, and B, it's expensive as all get out. So I'm probably gonna have to do these in the world of eBay. And that's okay. I would love to go and try to find the hunt. And if I ever see them out, I hope they're complete. I'm not real concerned about like completing all the guns and stuff, but like to have him and not have the robot is something that you just can't have. I do feel like those go together. It's kind of like having Long Arm, who is the main cop, with his hat. It's like Buttons McBoom with his chess piece. I don't have his chess piece. I've got to buy a new toy just for the chess piece, or spend $20 on the chess piece to complete it. I don't think it looks good without it. If he's missing one of the guns, it's still kind of cool. He's got the violin case. So that's kind of all of this is. But I'm going to try to do these on, I don't know if I may do them Friday, because again, I'm a school teacher, and I'm going to do, I'm off on Fridays. So, but I may start doing these every Saturday, because it kind of makes sense, like Saturday morning cartoons. Let's talk about a Saturday cartoon, and let's talk about doing some of these. Coming up this week on the channel, we've got, this will be it for this week. Next week, we will have Masks Top 10 for the Venom vehicles. That was a fun one to put together. We've got another $100 challenge video that's coming out. And then either Friday or Saturday of next week, we will do the next vintage toy or just toy review. And I think this has been a more fun thing, even though I only had 1 or 2 people jump on. Hopefully people will watch it and enjoy it and everything else. But thanks for watching. I'm Jeremy. I used to be Wheelbreaker 41. Hope everybody has a great and safe weekend, and peace out, home skillets.